climate action is a current trending topic, and rightfully so. Our planet is deteriorating with each passing day, and we need to save it. Countries, corporations, and citizens all claim to be doing everything possible to mitigate climate change. Green energy has been proposed as one of the best solutions. We are switching from coal to hydropower, from fossil fuels to solar energy, and from gasoline and diesel vehicles to electrical vehicles. Electrical vehicles are marketed as being cleaner, greener, and more sustainable, but are they? What's good for the environment may not be good for you. The story of blood batteries is hidden beneath the gleaming exteriors of electric vehicles. These automobiles contribute to human rights violations, extreme poverty, and child labor. You are aware that an electrical vehicle is powered by a battery. But do you have any idea what those batteries are made of? Rare metals such as lithium and cobalt. Cobalt provides stability to the battery and allows it to operate safely. It has a bluish grey color to it. It is found in the Earth's crust, also known as crustal rocks. Cobalt is used in a very huge variety of applications, including jet, turbine generators, tool materials, pigments, and smartphone batteries. However, its primary application is in the lithium-ion batteries. Half of the cobalt produced is used in electrical vehicles. Each battery contains 4 to 30 kilos of cobalt. This metal can be found in Australia, Canada, China, Cuba, South Africa, the United States, and the Philippines. However, one country accounts to 70% of the total supply. Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. Congo is Africa's second largest country. Its GDP is approximately $49 billion. Conflict, poverty, and corruption are all associated with the Congo. The world's largest cobalt deposit is beneath the country's red earth. There are 92 million people living here, and cobalt production employs approximately 2 million people. They are known as negociants. Cobalt mining in Congo is classified as either industrial or large-scale mining, or artisanal or small-scale mining. What's the distinction between the two? Unregulated labor exists in artisanal mines. Laws and safety protocols do not apply here. These mines produce 20 to 30% of Congo's cobalt. These mines employ approximately 2 lakh miners. At least 40,000 of them are children, some of whom are as young as 6 years old. These children face death on a daily basis. They enter vertical tunnels, the majority of which are too narrow for adults to enter, and the interior is like a furnace. Under inhumane conditions, the children dig for cobalt. They occasionally use shovels, but most of the time they dig with their bare hands. They have no mask, gloves, or work clothes, and only 20 minutes of oxygen. However, these young children continue for hours after digging. They crush the rocks, wash them, and take their finds to the market to sell. How much do these kids earn? Sometimes as little as dollars required. The cobalt industry is worth billions of dollars. By 2027, it's expected to be worth $13.63 billion. However, this money never reaches a child who's detecting and extracting the metal. In impoverished Congo, even a dollar is worth risking one's life for. Many people are killed while attempting to make this money. In Congo, at least 80 artisanal miners died between 2014 and 2015. In 2019, 43 miners were killed in an accident. Every year, 2,000 illegal miners are killed in Congo, according to one estimate. Many people sustain permanent lung damage, skin infections, and life-altering injuries. In 2019, some Congolese families filed a lawsuit against companies such as Tesla, accusing them of aiding and abetting the death and injury of children. Why do children work in these high-risk environments? Because of poverty and desire to escape it? Congolese families are betting big on cobalt. It's similar to the cryptocurrency. The chances to make it big. Metal demand has more than tripled in the last decade. It's expected to double once by 2035. Electrical vehicles are driving the demand. These are currently over 6.5 million electrical vehicles on the road. By 2040, that figure may have risen to 66 million. Do the math. 66 million multiplied 30 kilos of cobalt. The demand for cobalt production is expected to rise 585% by 2050. Families in Congo want to ride this wave and tide over poverty. For them, sending the children to the mines is a necessity, not a choice. These children eventually become artisanal miners or informal workers. They are not employed by any company, but several companies are lined up to purchase their discoveries. It is, after all, cheaper to buy cobalt from a child than a regulated mine. And who knows business better than the Chinese? The majority of these blood batteries are based in China. It controls the global cobalt supply chain. China controls up to 50% of the metal production. In the last 15 years, it has controlled roughly 80% of cobalt refining. Chinese companies have purchased North American and European mining companies in Congo. Chinese companies now own 15 of the country's 19 industrial mines. China has promised to invest billions of dollars in infrastructure, schools and roads in exchange for Congo's cobalt. Congo is yet another example of how stories about China never end well. Today, China is leaking blood cobalt into the electric vehicle supply chain. Chinese companies purchase cobalt from children, encouraging them to participate in the blood battery trade. A company called CDM, or Congo Dongfang Mining, is one of the largest cobalt processors in Congo. It's of course a subsidiary of Zhejiang Hoya Cobalt, a Chinese company. Hoya supplies cobalt to electric vehicle manufacturers such as Volkswagen. Congo supplies 40% of Hoya Cobalt. An NGO called out the Chinese company in 2016. It was labeled a supporter of child labor. Hoya promised to clean up its act, but has anything changed? The reports raise serious concerns. Blood can also be found in China's large-scale mines. Their employees are abused, discriminated against, and they're beaten and forced to work without contracts or adequate rations. According to one worker, if a worker dies, the Chinese do not report it to the government. They bury the person, hiding the corpse, and bribe the families to keep quiet. That's your electric car killing people even before it gets to the road. Did you sign up for this? This world's largest automobile manufacturers are complicit in these crimes. I'm referring to companies like Tesla, Volvo, Renault, Mercedes-Benz and Volkswagen. They all get their cobalt from Chinese mines in the Congo. They make claim to have zero tolerance policy for child labor, but they too recognize that there's no future to fully map the supply chains. President Felix Tshisekedi of Congo has promised to act in 2019. He set up a state-run company to focus on health and human rights, but that doesn't help when Congolese officials are accused of overseeing child labor. Tesla announced in 2020 that it would begin using cobalt-free lithium-ion batteries in its electric vehicles, but the company followed up with a deal with Glencore, its cobalt mining company, and the deal was 6,000 tons of cobalt per year. 6,000 tons per year doesn't seem like a lot, does it? Similar to the claim that electric cars are clean, these cars run on dirty energy, on blood batteries, and not on climate solution. This is a violation of human rights, and the two cannot coexist. Human lives should not be sacrificed in the name of climate change mitigation. To cut a long story short, electric vehicles have a long way to go before they can be called clean.